Okay, it's tarot time. Tarot Sunday. Let's do tarot with Madame Juju. Comment with your name and a question or theme, and she'll do your reading. Yay! Hi, baby Erin. Okay, let's see. So pinning, good. Today, which is really nice and warm. And I already have questions. Hello,
Hi.
Erin. Hi.
Hey, Marguerite. How's
Hi.
it going?
It's going well. I'm inside, so I have Tilly.
You're chilly.
I have Tilly
Tilly.
and Steve.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Tilly.
He has
Hi,
headphones on.
Hey, do
How's
you
it
want me
going?
to get the
Hi.
stand for you?
No,
No? Okay.
thanks. How are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. We're just hanging out. We've been, like mental support group for each other this whole day. That was
Yeah,
nice.
that stuff
Helpful.
last night was crazy.
What?
That stuff we found out last night was crazy.
That stuff we found out last night was crazy. That's very true. All right. So I'm just like trying to find like a nice.
Tall. Oh, this is so fun. Tall, high, Misty, Aaron. Oh, I have a question for
Like
you,
a good
Juliana. This
spot.
is gonna get us in the mood. Okay, so you know how you're like the lip liner queen,
Yeah.
princess, I should say. Um, so like with a lip liner like this, is this like all I get out of it? Like when it ends, like I can't find a way to turn it. So like, was this product just only whatever the little tip was?
Yes, my love.
Are you serious? So is this empty? Like this doesn't have anything in it?
Wait, but is it turning or is it just, or do you actually,
No.
but has it ever been turning?
I haven't figured out like any kind of turnstile.
Might be stuck. But do you
I would
have
hope, right?
like a,
Hey, Roman, I know I haven't responded to you on LinkedIn yet. I actually asked Julana to remind me who you were. And I do remember you were actually a very polite young man now that we're talking about it.
that's a very polite young man. He also
Yes.
speaks, so if I start speaking Russian with my mom, Roman will understand.
Speak a little to your mom. Tell her hello.
Привет, mama.
She says, hello, princesses.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
So
It's
you
a nice,
guys, Erin, did you sleep over or you've just been there the day?
No, I just came in the afternoon for, we actually did some brainstorming because we have an idea.
What's the idea? I love that you're American too. It's so refreshing.
I know.
Juliana always has like European accents around her. I'm just so happy she has a little American.
Some grounding,
Some grounding.
American grounding. Yeah, we want to do a pop-up store.
Ooh, okay. What's that going to be? Also, Juliana, your hair is so shiny. I need to hear how that happened.
well, I went and got a haircut, so I think this is definitely majorly due to the fact that all the dead ends are cut.
So is it with the blow dry that the haircut person did?
So this is already, I just washed my hair today. And
Wow.
yeah, I washed my hair today. I blow dried it myself. It's quite shiny because I used the Kerastase product.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Much love and value and appreciate, but they're so freaking expensive. I guess worth it.
Tell me about your guys' pop-up. I'm just putting a shorter comment for us so that people can actually read it. Okay,
Yeah,
Tara, ask a question. Get
I'll have
okay.
left the chat because we seem to have talked too much.
Oh, people. Yeah, we haven't started our tarot game, but that's okay. I need to catch up with you. Okay, so tell me though quickly. So what's the pop-up about so we can get excited?
Yeah, oh
Do you want to
yeah.
explain?
Well, Erin and I are quite witchy, as we all know, and we just decided that Berlin needs a little bit more witchy energy. And Erin here, as I
Uh,
told you before, is interested in skincare, and she's also gonna do her own skincare line. So we decided we're gonna combine my passion for tarot. Actually, I mean, our passion
that's
for tarot.
amazing.
Erin just loves it as much as I do.
Oh my God.
Um,
I love this pop-up. It's going to be like herbalism and tarot and skincare.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly, yeah, that's the direction that we want to take it into.
all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Okay, I have a question for you both because I just had somebody cancel for an interview, and I guess I can ask you this later, but I'm wondering if both, I was going to ask Erin to fill the slot, but I wonder if both of you should come on and talk about your pop-up.
Yes, I
Do you
think so.
want to?
Well,
So, oh my gosh, okay, so we already got a question. So
okay, cool.
I'm putting a note for myself to ask you later, okay? I'm going to send you both a message.
Okay.
Ezekiel's on, and
Hi.
he's probably not going to ask a question because he's so little shy, baby. And
Oh,
Liz just came on, but I want to ask a question for him, but I need his permission. I'll just make it really short. It has to do with, someone going back to New York or not. So let's see. I'll give him a little. Liz says hi, Erin, who's on, and also Erin is with Julana. This is Erin, Julana's friend, who's actually American and into a lot of the same things I'm into, and she lives in Berlin. Okay, so let's get started because we have some questions. So,
nice.
Juju, do you want to just explain how the session goes, what we need people to do?
Very, very easy. So we are on our Sunday Tarot live read session. You ask your questions, then we sort of like explore the theme that you that you're that you ask. I pull a card for you, we read the meaning, and then we discuss it a little bit, and then we really, really want to hear from you how that resonates with you in the comments.
Yeah, perfect. So just say your first name and then ask a question. And if you don't have a specific question, say a theme. So like work life or romance. People ask really specific things. This is such a special time because it's like people we know and also people we don't know well who start to get to know each other because of this.
That's
So our guest today is Erin, who's like been one of the best members of the Tarot Sunday community.
definitely.
And should we start with the question in the question box?
Let's do this. And also, I think what's really cool and interesting to mention is that Venus right now is retrograde, which really makes this time quite special because Venus is a planet that rules love, but it being in retrograde means that a lot of the themes that were and a lot of relationships that aren't supposed to actually last are breaking up, like it is quite a challenging time for emotional things in general. So if you guys are experiencing any of like difficult emotions these days, it is probably because of that. So read up on it a little bit. Also, like ask your relationship questions if you have any, or if you're going through like a rough patch or something like this. This is a very, very difficult time for most of us. So don't be shy. We're all probably going through very similar topics.
Yeah, we in the last night in our friend group between Julana and me, we had some very shocking news. And that was really terrifying and weird. I also thought it was really weird that he posted that on Reddit as like a humble brag. Okay, anyway, side topic. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so
Nobody said to me, I called him out on this, and he said to me, "It's just a Reddit title." And
you ended up sending him something.
I sent him the screenshot. But anyway, that's a different.
Okay, we need to talk about that. That's serious stuff.
Okay.
So Erin is our first question. So Erin is this amazing social worker, counselor to like some of the most like troubled souls in the Bay Area, but who she loves intensely. Like she's like amazing and so hardworking. And she says, "Will all of my patients pay off in a positive way?" So I never know when Erin comes on and asks these questions. Like, is it about her relationship? Like, I know she's dating this guy who's a bit older and he lives far away from her. Or is she talking about her work life? She's talking about her therapy and her. So we don't know. I don't know. But the idea is what we're tapping into is that she's applied patience to a situation and it wasn't always easy to be patient. And she wants to know if this is going to pay off, if she's going to finally reap the rewards of all that dedication. So we'll pull a card for her on that.
See what it says. I mean, we all know that patience is a virtue that very often we don't really have. There's this Whitest Boy Alive song that goes like this. They have a line that says patience is just another word for getting old. And sometimes I just keep thinking about this and I'm like, yeah, but it's also really good patience, something that I'm learning on the daily basis.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm pulling a card. We have, oh, interesting, right? We have the Four of Cups here.
So cups are like creativity.
Emotions.
Four of Cups is like, because I just had that tarot talk with Jen, actually, Iserlo, and she said like the first, when you get a one, it's like you're just starting out. Two is like you've gotten a partner for an idea. Three is like you've shared it with the world. Four, I think sometimes has to do with like hiccups, like you're starting to have like hiccups with. So let's look at the image.
The image. So we have a guy who's sitting underneath a tree.
Put it a little higher. Well, actually, maybe not. I think I just am blocked by the question. Okay, let's see it.
Like he's contemplating.
Yeah.
He looks like he's also like a little bit sort of like body language. He's like closed. He's like a little bit closed off. But someone is giving him a cup.
Something.
Yeah, he's getting an offering of something. And here there are like three cups in front of him already, and then you can see that someone is reaching out to him and wants to give him an offering, but he almost seems like he doesn't want it. Like he's unsure whether he should take it or not.
I see disappointment. Like I see that she didn't like what was in the first three cups she got, and so when a fourth is being offered, she's like, "Nope, I'm done with gifts. Like, please stop giving me opportunities."
Yeah. Looks interesting, right? Okay, so let's see. And what's like like the tree is like a symbol for life, right?
It has her back. I feel like it's like her support. Like she's comfortable where she is. She's being offered things.
Thank you, assistant.
You are welcome.
Oh, nice.
I love it. Should always have Erin here.
So, Erin, did you consider going back to America for quarantine, or were you for sure knowing you wanted to stay in Berlin?
No, I'm all European now, really. Like I don't even have a home to go to if I went back to the States. So.
Got it. Nice.
Yeah.
How far away are you guys on the tram from each other?
Actually, we're pretty far.
We're far. We tried this out with like bicycles, and it was just a freaking nightmare.
Oh yeah, I remember when you did the bicycle. You were like the problem was the difference in our size. Like Erin's tall or something.
Extremely tall. Yolanda's tall too, but not as tall as I'm 6'1". So she tried to bike and couldn't like pedal. Couldn't reach.
Wait, but were you guys on like a joint bicycle? It was just like
No, her bicycle at my house, and then I tried to get it to her, and then I realized she was way too tall. But I, risked my life and I did it. So.
She got there.
Friendship. All right, so I think thank you so much.
Erin, let's get back to you.
Yeah, so Erin, the way we actually interpreted the card is almost pretty accurate. So it means offers and opportunities are flowing to you, but for now you're saying no. Contemplate your next step and focus on what is important to you.
Okay, so focus on what's important to you. Concentrate on the next step.
Your next step and focus on what is important to you. So it seems like your patience maybe is paying off because you're getting like offers and opportunities. But I think what it means is that just because you're getting offers and opportunities doesn't mean that every one of those is the right one or like feels right. So before you decide what it is that go with, take your time. So have even like a little more patience almost.
It almost seems like the no is actually a really empowering moment where it's like this is still your stronghold on what your contemplation and your patience. So like the no is like so you don't overreact or something.
Yeah.
Erin, to Erin who's there, thank you for your interpretation. Julana, thank you for interpretation. Erin, who's here, tell us how that resonates for you, the card and the analyses that we got from the Berlin ladies.
So amazing.
She's saying, I'm such a brat. I think I'm interpreting that as meaning like I have so many opportunities and I'm just kind of like a little something fussy with them.
What did she say? Something. Okay, I gotta hold out. Yes, you gotta hold out. But how do you feel about the opportunities at hand? Like, do you feel like your intuition maybe is saying no to them at this point? So, like, hold out a little longer.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah. Tell me.
you he asked who he is, like the person that we were talking about, like a toxic person who is hopefully never going to return into my life.
That
So
who we do not name.
yeah, we don't want to
Okay.
name.
Do I have permission to just quickly summarize what we saw
Of
last night? Because it
course,
should be shared with the culture because it's just like we need to make sure this stuff doesn't happen again. Like it's a classic situation of like, somebody being like engrossed in love with one person and then later on that person finds out that they had like another relationship going on. But what this guy did, the way that Julana found this out is she saw a Reddit post where he was like, my amazing girlfriend, like she's leaving for 6 months and she like prepared all these envelopes for me to open every month. And like, seriously, that girl did a great job. Is she like an art major or something? Like, I want to go hire her and like just, I'm sure he's mistreating her. So we should go rescue her and her creativity. But it was very upsetting. And also it's so annoying that he would post that because it's just this like humble brag. It's like, oh, I have such a good girlfriend. I'm so adored. And then he's like cheating on everyone.
yes,
So yeah, that was shocking.
so it seems like this is a good reading for Erin.
Yeah. All right. Lizzie asked a question. So
Liz-
what I really admire is that Liz asks questions on tarot because it's like not her thing, but she's like, it's like the side of her that's very, very open and like creative. So I really, really appreciate that she asks questions. So she goes, there's a lot of uncertainty right now in life for all of us. Madam Juju, what is your guidance on how to move through this uncertainty?
Oh, Lizzie.
That's a sweet question.
I wonder what uncertainty, I mean, I think she's like thinking of the whole community and how
Let's
everything has changed.
I think so. Let's think about the world. Also, like Erin and I were talking today about our lives in general. And I mean, I would probably also count you in and many others that I know. We're like in this transitional period where things are sort of like emerging, but we don't really know yet what those things are. It's really difficult to sort of understand where the next step is going to take us and what the next step is going to be. So it feels a lot like a transitional period and it's quite uncertain and a little scary because frankly, it's the unknown.
You
that
wake up every morning and it's like every day has something completely
Yeah.
different than what you thought was going to happen, or it's just a roller coaster at the moment.
Yeah.
What's going to happen today?
Sounds fun over there. There's a lot of rinse and repeat over here.
Strange
You guys
time.
are going out and about. I also want to just do a quick announcement that like one of my passions is writing cards and like snail mail and stuff. So I'm writing different cards for people and I have one that has kind of a magical essence because it's alone in this package. So if the first person that DMs me their address, I want to send them sort of like a mystery fortune. Like I'll meditate on your name and maybe look at your page and I'll send you a fortune. So wherever you are in the world, I can get this to you with stamps. So DM an address if you want that.
So Lizzie,
She's a warrior under the moon.
we have the Two of Swords under the moon. It's actually I got this card recently twice actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. This card is an interesting one because you could see this person, the woman blindfolded and she's holding up two swords. So it's almost like she's like trapped between two situations or like two possible solutions to the problem or like two possible ways, paths. But she is uncertain and unsure. She's blindfolded. The thing about this card is like if you she also can just take off her blindfold. So it's kind of like a state of confusion, feeling stuck, but you have to be stuck.
It looks like she's ready without knowing that she's ready.
She can actually, she has the power to decide, but she
Take off the blindfold.
take off the blindfold and choose, but she's just a little stuck at this point.
Here's
So
the thing I also see, like twos, I'm now starting to think of numerology because I learned a little bit recently from Jen. Like two is like you've now formed a partnership and like Liz is married like within a year. And so I want to say that. So there's like a level of partnership there in the card. And then also I think the blindfold, it reflects what the question is. Like the question is about uncertainty. And this card is acknowledging that. It's saying like, we can't see everything that's ahead. It's nighttime in the card. So that leads to obscurity. And also your eyes are covered, so you can't see what's ahead. But it seems like you're very strong and like you have the tools to protect yourself.
Definitely. So the meaning is you're facing a of fortune road. You're unsure which option to take. Look closer. There are aspects that you are not currently seeing that will help you make the right decision. So yeah, it is. And I mean, if you actually like read on and like read a little more in-depth explanation of the card, it's going to sort of like tell you that you are.
The warrior woman that kicks ass with their eyes
Yes,
closed.
exactly. She kicks ass with her eyes closed, but it is like, it is like a hard time. There is a decision to make. And you feel like a little bit stuck, but again, like you have the opportunity to blindfold and make a decision.
Liz,
Look
how
close.
does that resonate with you? Tell us. And
So
then
there,
we had a question about like, do you have something else?
no, just like saying there are aspects that she's not currently seeing, that will help you make the right decision. So, look at all aspects and really analyze it from all sides.
It's so interesting how that advice resonates with people because so Liz goes, I think it's like have the courage and believe you can. Yes, you definitely can. You are like the strongest person I know. And she definitely can. It also, I feel like that image shows like it's a time of sort of self-protection and holding rather than action. Like who wants to take action when they have a blindfold on? Like it's more
Yeah.
just she's strong in case there's like an invader, two of swords.
Yeah, and is swords, right? Like this is what we learned from your friend is that or the card of the suit of action, but swords is more like the emotional, like you're contemplating,
Thoughts. Yeah, like
thoughts,
thoughts and reason.
analyzing things, the feasibility of things, so you're preparing for action.
Yeah. So we got, you know what? I want to get your mom's question in because she asked so early. So you can say hi to her and alert her to the fact that we're answering her question.
Mama, мы отвечаем на твой вопрос.
And then I'm finding her question here. I think she asked it quite early. And I don't think it's about America. I didn't see the word America this week. Okay. Question is, do you have a mother friend or not? So is she asking, are you, what is she asking with that?
What is she asking? What?
She says, do you have a mother friend or not? Is she trying to say like, are you guys friends? Are you in good relationship?
I think, yeah, she's trying to ask me whether she's my friend or not.
Aww.
Aw.
Okay, let's get it. Let's do it. And then next up is Ezekiel. All right. So this is such a beautiful extension of an olive branch. And just, I mean, I know that you guys had a little fight this week.
Well, yeah. I think like the summary is obviously like moms are always worried about their children and they want the best for their children, and sometimes this worry can very much like turn into something that's a bit more negative and pressure and hi yeah, pressure and kind of like uncomfortable feeling where you have to set boundaries. Like all of us kids know how important it is to set boundaries, and we very often fail to set them, which obviously then leads to.
I feel like you're influencing the cards. Like it's like I almost feel like Erin needs to pull this card because I feel you being like,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
okay, can you be neutral on her and do a pure reading for her? Okay, so let's go into her emotions. So she is saying, oh my God, I would never want to lose my daughter as a friend, which is such a sweet sentiment. What? What is it?
The devil reversed.
The devil reversed. Okay, now the devil is not a card to be scared of, and the devil. Okay, so devil reversed. Let's hear it. Let's look at the image. So it's chaos, right? It's like Dante's Inferno kind of wild scene, right? Let's look at it upright, Erin. Awesome. Okay, so we have this like bull, right?
Powerful symbolism all
So
the way.
yeah, very powerful symbolism. You have the devil head, like the devil's head here. You have like the pentagram, the symbol of. Well, I mean, the devil represents. I think the devil represents earthiness, actually, even like groundedness, like being
Okay.
grounded in the earth.
Okay.
It's not like a bad thing. Then you have like these two figures here, a man and a woman, the centaurs, I think even like
Yeah.
half man, half animal that are chained, right? Looks like they're chained to this hand. It looks
Kind of like slaves.
like slaves, like they're enslaved.
All right. So now let's reverse it. Okay. So
Flip it and reverse
flip
it.
it and reverse it. So when we flip it and reverse it, it's kind of taking that idea of chaos, putting it on its head. It's like there's kind of uncertainty about why there's chaos, because there's like love, so there really shouldn't be this kind of level of like hellishness, right? So let's see. It's not like she's like your opponent. It's not like you're her opponent, but for some reason, it's like you've descended into conflict that can be very intense. So that sort of explains the reverse, in my opinion.
Okay,
Okay.
so the meaning of the devil reversed is be aware of self-sabotage and self-destructive behaviors. Release any self-imposed limiting beliefs that are standing in the way of your growth and expansion.
Oh my God. Okay, now say it to her however you want, because that's amazing.
Значит, да, карту ты видела, это черт перевернутый, и это значит, что тебе надо осторожно, тебе надо быть аккуратным, не сделать самой себе саботаж, и how do you translate it? И поведение, которое разрушает вещи. Тебе надо отпустить твои веры, твои веры, которые тебя сужают и которые препятствуют твоему росту и
Oh, you're showing me something that's like so clearly like an obstacle between daughters and mothers, which is that like, you know, suddenly you start relying on being like on reading the card and finding a translation when like really, of course, you're like a deep thinker, like you've received the concepts, like you can speak to her from you and what you feel.
Yeah.
Right. That's so hard, you know? Somehow
Russia.
that's so hard.
It's
Especially
very
when you have beliefs that aren't hers, that have come and they're new.
It's obvious that like there are limiting beliefs that are standing in her way of like having a deeper understanding with me. She needs to let them go.
Okay. All right, mama.
Moving on from this real question.
Okay, we love you. Okay, so question from Ezekiel. Okay, so let me make sure he's on first of all, because I need to be either talking directly to him or where is he? He is on. Good. Okay. So he asks, okay, so let's just give him the pure question. We'll give him no updates on who he is. How do the cards recommend dealing with anxiety? I don't yet fully understand, and nothing feels exactly right lately. So like a sense of offness and kind of, yeah, anxiety, waking up at night, feeling sense of pressure. Okay, let's tap into this.
That's a good question.
A lot of people are feeling this. Okay, Liz says you are a king. Yes, he very much is. So when he wakes up, I think one thing is to remember you're in your palace and you're on your throne and enjoy your robe and pet your cat. I want him to make friends with the cat who's there because it sounds like that cat also has a little.
So what is
issue.
our question? Like exactly how to deal with that? Or
yeah, how one idea to throw in that will help him deal with the idea of anxiety, the experience.
Okay.
Fear of unknown.
Let's see.
Uncertainty, kind of what.
Okay. So we have 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands reversed.
Okay, this card is actually really interesting because it's like all the arrows have lined up, so they're in parallel. So it's like things are actually lined up to have some kind of like action and take an attack or take like a proactive force, but something's getting in the way of that.
Yeah,
And it's reversed, but even when it's reversed, they're still lined up. It's not like arrows that are in conflict. It's like they're all heading somewhere, and there's been some level of preparation. Like whoever shot those arrows knew what they were doing. They are like shooting like a really steady attack on a body. So
yeah.
let's see. And then there are two doves, which is like a great sign. They're flying together. You know, they're not in danger of being hurt by the arrows. They're actually like flying by their side.
All right, so shall we hear the meaning?
Peaceful conflict, maybe? Yeah, let's hear the meaning.
You may be resisting change, trying to stop the flow of energy and movement. This will only be harder, so let go and be in the flow. That's very good advice. Let go and be in the flow. If you have been feeling stuck, do things differently, new routines, patient activities, and get the energy moving again.
Oh yeah, that's good for anxiety.
That's very good for anxiety. Like change the routines, find a new activity, like switch the location. And also like don't hold on to the past, like don't hold on to your fears, but like breathe, maybe like meditate, do like things that, you know, help you let go of all these kind of like limiting or maybe like negative self-talk, all the stuff that's holding you back.
I think also it's like what I see in that based on having talked to him recently is like one thing I really like the suggestion because he's really good. Yeah, he like moves his body a lot. He's so good with like action and like varying up routines. He loves like little adventures. So like he will have no problem enacting that change. The other thing I do that it does resonate is there's like something where he's trying to hold on to his little sister. He doesn't want his sister to be going in a direction. He wants to have some level of control over the direction she's going in. So I think that's the feeling. It's what's happening in my family too. It's like certain people are having a hard time with change. You know, it's like, it's really hard because like our old structures worked so well for us, you know, whether they were like partly destructive or not, they were like how we all survived. Like we got each other to live. And like those were all of our
Mark,
yeah.
Mark, interrupt you for a second because losing you, like the connection seems so bad. Like we're seeing you like very pixelated and
Still,
we hear
right
you
now?
like a little, yeah.
Okay, you think I should move?
I don't know.
All right, let me try another spot. How is like right here?
Still pixelated. I'm not really sure if anyone else has the same feeling. Oh, okay, now it's better. Seems to be better.
Back.
Okay.
Yeah, you're coming.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can, but we can't see you as clearly as before. So something
Okay.
changed.
Let me see if I can fix it. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to like re-rig these things. How's this?
Better.
It's a little better, yeah. Let's try
Okay.
this.
We'll see how it goes. Okay. So I think, yeah, just, you know, like allowing things to change, even if it breaks your heart a little bit, it'll heal up. And she goes, I can hear you. Great. Just a little pixelated. Not too bad. Okay. Great. And then Kasha says she sent a question into the question box. So here we go. Let's get Kasha.
Let's see.
Kasha is in Los Angeles. She says, curious how my friendships will turn out after quarantine. Interesting. Tensions are high with people breaking quarantine rules. So that is something that affects her because she has certain health concerns and she is nervous. And a lot of people who have health concerns are nervous. And even some of us who don't have pre-existing conditions are nervous. And we all have different ways that we're dealing with quarantine. So the question is about friendships.
So how the friendships, because I didn't hear it acoustically so well, how the
I think it
friendships
was
turn
how
out?
they're going to be after quarantine time. So
Yeah, how will friendships turn out after quarantine? She goes, curious how my friendships will turn out after quarantine. Tensions are high with people breaking quarantine rules. So I think like they are fighting. Like she's probably having a few disagreements and or fights with friends and she wants to, I think this question also comes from a place of like gentle love. Like she's kind of like, I don't want to lose these friends because we're having disagreements, you know, like, will they survive this historical time?
Well, that's hard for you, Kasha. It's a Ten of Pentacles. Look at how beautiful. It's just gorgeous. You have, can you hold it up so I can research it? You got to interpret it, like
Let me see
the
it.
child and the dog, maybe?
Yeah, a dog or a wolf or
or a
so.
wolf, and an older and a man who looks like the emperor
Wise.
almost, the wise man who
Is it
is,
reversed or upright?
oh, it's upright.
Like this.
Okay,
It's
so
up and it's
yeah.
petting the dog. Everyone's petting the dog and
I
holding.
see collaboration, and it's around the topic of pentacles, which is about wealth and financial means. And I see a lot of sharing and community.
Yeah, abundance, sharing, community, like positivity. It looks good.
Yeah. I see like a town hall, like people are out, they're not social distance. They have three people that are touching actually. So it seems like you will reconnect and you're going to reconnect in one of the nicest of ways. But people really have their strong roles in this. You have the old man, you have the young child, you have the woman. So it's like maybe during quarantine, the roles are being firmed up a bit among friends. Who's going to be the one who nurtures, who will be the one who can be, creatively inspiring. Let's read what the card says.
Yeah. So you have
Interesting.
accumulated wealth and abundance through hard work and dedication. It brings you deep joy and satisfaction to share this wealth with your loved ones. You express gratitude for fulfilling your material goals and dreams.
Hmm.
Kasha, tell us how this is landing on you.
Yeah,
In my experience, when
like we lost you.
I just got a phone call. I know I just got a phone call. Sorry.
Okay.
Um, whenever I'm feeling stressed, like financially wise, I think one of the best cards to get is this because it like reminds you of what you have and that you can be generous in sharing. So, um,
I mean, I think
I like that.
I think generally also, I mean, this is like the last card of the suit. Well, almost the last number of the suit. And it always kind of means that things are coming full circle. It's number 10. I'm not really sure what it represents in numerology, but it does sound like quite a round number.
I also got
The
this.
You know?
right now.
I watched this. I watched like Kasha and Tal's like videos, the two of their movies that they made this week, and I was like, oh my god, like they were so amazing. I was like, to like, I kind of feel like there's maybe this idea of like their content like arriving in a different way on the world, and like thought they were so incredible. I was like, this is like a Wes Anderson movie. So I'm actually interviewing them soon, and I'm really excited about that.
Sorry, also like, can we talk about their meaning
Yeah.
and wait, this was another question.
So
But what is
yeah,
their hands and connecting? Totally agree. Like it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't have to do anything with wealth, but it's more like it looks like a positive card where you have like a community coming together, holding hands and connecting, and like after like a hard time, sort of like sharing wealth and like
Abundance.
abundance. Like it doesn't need to be financial wealth, but it can also be like your emotional wealth and all the things we have to give, sharing that with each other.
Well, I thought it was also nice too because it looked like everyone was willingly there. Like the hands were reaching out.
Good
So
morning, Navid.
there was a lot of like connection, just everyone being willing, but maybe not knowing how to like do the last little step or so. So maybe it's
yes.
Look,
to
look,
you.
look what we have here. A little death card.
What? Okay, so is this Sierra from Sierra's question?
So Sierra said, what did Sierra say again?
So
She said,
wait, how did you pull this death card?
so I didn't pull it. It just ended up here in the deck. Can we
Okay.
talk about their, I think what I pulled 3 cards, Death and Devil.
I told
But
her
that,
to ask a specific question, but I think she wants us to talk about the death and devil card. So I can talk about the death card. You want to talk about the devil?
yeah, we just talked about the devil. We can talk about it again. Definitely. Let's talk about the death card. I think.
Okay, so the death card, I think the biggest thing to understand is like, it's nothing to be scared of. Death, uh, it means often like the death of something. Like if you're in a job you're not supposed to be in, it's like, giving you this, tapping you with this information that it's going to come to an end. Toxic relationship. So often it's a very positive thing and it should come as a sense of relief to see it. So if you know that you're entrapped in a kind of tricky relationship that's been quite destructive, whether it's a family member, a romantic partner, seeing a death card is a nice sign that like your pain is maybe coming to an end. I've also learned about the death card that like it's very important to see where it like what it lands next to, because like the death card is showing like the end of the thing that's nearby. So I don't know if the devil, she told us she pulled 3 cards, but we didn't hear the third.
Yeah, I think
So
good to know about the death card really is that I mean it is a lot about new beginnings. I mean you already said that, and it's also always good to pull another card if you have the death card. Like let's say it's not next to another card. If you want to clarify what the death card is really about, like what is going to begin for you, what is ending, is like you can pull another card to clarify the death card a little
let's
bit.
do that for her actually. Let's just get present with her. I can tell you a little bit how she is doing. I mean, she always has challenges, but she is like such an intelligent, creative, abundant person that she always comes out. But definitely, I know there's a guy that was not great. I know, you know, some other things that I won't share, but there are some things that need to come to an end. And so let's see what the card next to it, what other information we can give her. And I'm just going to check that she's.
And and maybe just like on the devil card, like as the basic meaning of the devil card, devil is I mean it is a sexy card, but it is like a lot about it speaks a lot about your addictions and about like negative patterns that need to be broken. So very often like the devil card will you know if you have a relationship that is toxic, you know, the devil card, you'll pull the devil card. I've pulled it many, many times on one particular person, like over and over and over again, like next to the tower card and the death card, which are all like very, very like clear signs of like addiction, negative patterns, like limiting self-belief, like you need to let go of something that no longer serves you, like
Yeah.
things legitimately like holding you back and are like toxic for you.
So the third card she gets, I think we actually shouldn't pull a new card. Let's find the Hierophant card and read her the
Oh, the
yeah,
Harrow.
because
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
because that's an interesting one to get in a mix of 3 that include devil and death.
yeah, because that
Um,
like
yeah,
speaks a lot about like it is like the Pope, you know, like in other decks it sometimes
rules.
it's rules, it's like very clear boundaries, so it's like very clear, it's kind of almost like a fatherly figure that's a little preachy, that knows exactly, you know, that gives you kind of like a good set of rules and can sometimes feel a little suffocating if you're like a particularly freedom loving person, right? But sometimes rules are great and boundaries are great, and someone who, like, you know, will set those out for you will probably also respect those. So it's like, you know, speaks a lot about like someone who's like you can rely on, something
I
that.
think I my interpretation is basically like it's either the death of the like the oppressive male figure, father, someone else in her life, or it's that her own sense of boundaries and structure will become the way with which she resurrects from this struggle that's on either side. So let's read the invitation.
Classical meaning is the Hierophant. You're working with a teacher, mentor, or guiding authority. You will expand your knowledge and learn fundamental principles with a trusted source. So yeah, so here we have like again, like the fundamental principles, like a guidance, like a mentor, someone who's like fatherly and like preachy and who can help you. But you know, if it falls next to the devil and the death card, the interpretation can be what you just said, Mark.
I think I think this is like a theme that I'd actually love to hear what you have to say about it. I think the conflict for her is she is learning from these oppressors. Like she's learning about their habits, she's learning about her own responses to them. So there's this sense of like I've heard her say before, like he came in like a teacher, like this bad relationship came in to like teach me, make me more aware of systems. So what do we do when we feel we're learning from something that's also, you know, quite destructive to us?
I mean, I think like just in general, I mean, in my life, like I've always had people who have been feeling oppressive to me that I learned a lot from, because very often, like when I get into a new situation and I find myself a mentor who knows how to live by the certain rules that I'm getting into, like I don't know, like I'm getting into like a new business that I've never been in. So of course it's great to have someone who's like your mentor and who can teach you everything, but at some point you just like move beyond it. You don't have to get stuck there because you're always growing as a person. It's great to have someone who helps you along your way, but you're always moving forward. And, you know, sometimes you learn one thing and then up onto the next one, or maybe you realize that the thing that you just learned, you're like beyond it, like you're already like ready to take the next step and grow, and that person and those beliefs no longer serve you. Just like life is moving on for you, so can you move on from the people or situation.
Oh, I hear so much in your voice.
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, I don't know. I'm like obviously speaking from personal experience, and I don't really know much about her personal experience, but maybe that's a little helpful. Hi, here's my aunt. Ask questions.
Well, there's kind of like, when like a veil is lifted and you see some aspect of the world that's truly ugly, there's a hardening that happens at first, right?
Yeah, a hardening is probably a good way to describe it. Or like a rejection,
Contraction, maybe.
contraction, rejection.
Internal.
Just like want to internally reject it. That was great. Well, we're happy we could clarify or assist in any way.
So I think we can go a few directions while we wait for any other questions. We could pull a card for Erin.
Wait, what?
This one?
We could pull a card for this Erin, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we actually can pull a card. We wanted to do one for us because we just have an idea that we're curious about.
Yeah, I mean, we like as we described, we want to sort of like explore the possibility of like doing a pop-up store that's like a little witchy and like, you know, addresses magic and witchcraft, but like in a good, in a positive way, like with like remedies and like skincare and
Natural
candles, natural
ingredients,
ingredients, and just
juices.
make it exciting, like with yoga and like music.
So
Kind
amazing.
of Berlin is very much missing because like if you go to California, it's everywhere. You know, you see like those beautiful, beautiful, like super like natural, like earthy, cool spots with all these like yeah, I don't know, like inspiring people, like great style, like and people are so much more. Sometimes it feels like they're much more connected with their spirituality, and we're seeing that in Berlin, for instance, it is a topic and people are interested in that, but there's no platform that really caters to it. So we want to try it out and see how it goes.
You know who might lend you their space is Jiva Mukti
Yeah, could be an
on
interesting one.
Castani and Ali. That's where I did yoga when I was in Berlin when I first moved there and had no friends. And like they have the soup, they have the kitchen that makes amazing soups, and then they have the yoga studio and stuff. But they'd probably lend it to you for like an herbalism tarot pop up or skincare and tarot. Also, I'm wondering what dates you guys want to do because I almost want to come just to be able to go.
Oh,
We thought October. Oh.
What is it?
we just keep pulling the devil
No,
card.
no, no. Let's see it. Let's see it.
First, but wait, I wasn't focusing on it,
Yeah,
so let's do it.
So we were thinking about in October, kind of like as a run up to Halloween, where people are starting to turn inwards more and get into more rituals.
This is
And
giving me chills because that's when I arrived in Berlin. It was like the start of fall, and I would go to that place. That's the place I think you should try is Jiva Mukti because they won't charge you because they've been closed too, so they're kind of confused about like what's going to happen with yoga. So they like definitely have the space and you can set it up. It's a really dark kind of witchy place, and the teachers are all sort of like dark and witchy because I think Berlin has like the witchiest energy of any like city. What?
We want glowy. We don't want dark and witchy. We just like want happy and witchy and
Vibrant.
vibrant and like empowering and just like connecting to your like female, like inner spirituality and like your wisdom and your power and just kind of like finding the magic that is within you. And especially like in preparation for Berlin winter, that's very often quite miserable, like a little bit of magic really can't hurt. So yeah, so I
Who
think
also I think of is Leah, who runs the WYE in Berlin.
the what? Say it again.
Remember that woman Leah who owns the WYE? She'd be
Yeah,
into hosting that.
that's
Look
yeah, that's
at that Okay, so that looks
I
like
love
how,
that she's wearing.
Yeah.
Glowing.
You want to hold it up?
Yes.
to me, this looks like how your guests will be greeted when they come into the pop-up.
I love that.
Ooh, I
With
like
like a
that.
chalice and like somebody wearing some beautiful sort of lame dress.
I mean, this looks like I would be wearing this dress anyway because it's like a flower themed dress, and that's
It's
all I
so nice.
got.
It's off the shoulders. I think you should just get that made in
You.
gold lame.
That's Paige, right? It's Page of Cups.
Page of Cups.
All
Chrissy,
right.
nice to see you. Ask a question. Fire Pie, ask a question.
That's amazing. Okay, a new creative idea or opportunity has come to you out of the blue. You're
True.
filled with dreamy aspirations about what is possible. You may receive an unexpected, pleasant surprise.
Ooh.
I think I have an idea. I think you guys should do like you should do, why don't you do a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter for it?
Oh, you're so smart.
I really would like that because you would feel like it's such a nice surprise if you got like $10,000 to do this dream.
Yeah, well, I'd say it again.
It'd be so nice. It'd be a nice surprise if you got like 10,000 to like do this dream,
Oh,
which is
gosh.
like not that much to ask. You know, like a bunch of us will donate like $50.
Oh my God, you're
That
amazing.
would be a dream.
Yes.
Thank you
Why
for
didn't
thinking
we think about that?
We both work in marketing. We're like, how do we make this work? And then it's
It
a
comes
great idea.
together.
It was so fun. We were like, okay, we're both
I'm booking
there.
my flight and hoping October I can get there.
Oh my God, I love this. Okay, perfect.
We're thinking the first week of October. So anybody in Berlin who wants to come to our pop-up, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, and we'll do a live about it. So Tal asks, will our metaphorical and literal clean efforts work this year? I love that. So they're cleanup efforts. So they're literally, right, like we're cleaning up the environment, cleaning up, you know, our virus outbreak. So he's wondering, and then metaphorically, I think it's interesting, like maybe clean up for some bad habits or clean up some old drama.
All the cleanups work
Okay.
this year.
Cleaning up the messes.
Wow, we have so many messes to clean up, don't we? There's so much stuff that's going on internally that we like didn't attend to for a long time, and now we're sort of like faced with all these things that
I've noticed in the past couple of days that people are being so much more vulnerable on Instagram. Like I think we're reaching a moment in quarantine where people are like opening up and like softening. Like there was this whole phase of like people just like telling others what to do, like top 10 skincare, like do my beauty ritual. And now it's like a lot more like, this is what happened in my family this week. And like,
I think we can help each other so much more by being open and vulnerable and like just honestly saying how we feel, because we probably, most of us are going through very similar themes.
So let's focus in on this cleaning up messes, cleaning up efforts.
Will they work, these efforts?
I like that he's mentioning efforts. He said that word efforts twice. It's like, it doesn't feel easy always. Like he's used, you know,
Hard work.
diligence, hard work, patience. Like, again, it's that feeling of will it pay off?
So we have a page of wands and it's reversed. So as we know, wands is like the card of action, but it's reversed.
My first instinct when I saw this was that that was a cleaning tool. It was someone like doing a Swiffer.
Totally. But that the fact that it's reversed, like I wonder what that means.
The page is also like, it's like an earlier, more humble stage of growth. So it's like we as an earth are sort of only starting to clean our act up. Like we're pretty new to that game. We've been kind of like making a mess for like 30 years or more.
Yeah, so it's so true. That makes so much sense. Okay, so let me read it out.
Okay.
You can feel stirrings of something new emerging within you, but you don't know how to turn it into action. You may be on an intense spiritual path, preferring to keep this journey private, personal, and intimate.
This is like the card we got for last week for like and also Tal got a similar reading at some point with us.
Yeah.
Where it was like contemplate your choices, like you have an idea that's hatching, but like
So you don't know how to turn it into action. But it's also like something that we were talking about. Like so many things feel like they're emerging and they're like on the verge of emerging, but there are like still some things that we need to attend to, and it's not quite clear yet what it is going to be. So it's like I feel like if we can feel it, but it's just not ready to be birthed yet almost. So like it's better to keep it kind of like private and still work on like some of the themes that are going to lead to the full idea before um, putting it into action or turning it into action.
Tell us what you think about that and how that's resonating for you.
Ленка, тут русские меньшинства обижают. Никто тут никого не обижает. My mom is like being funny.
What is she saying?
Saying that like because we don't speak we don't speak Russian, it's really hard for Russians to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, I know. Tell her she needs to be the translator for the comments for our Russian guests.
Вопрос. Мы читаем Таро. Yeah, there's like a couple of Russian speakers here, like mostly friends of my mom's and my dad's.
Love it.
So I just kind of told them to ask questions.
I also just got like hit with an idea.
Tell me.
What did you guys, I'll get back to it, but what did you guys think of your tarot reading about your pop-up plan? Did you get like, what vibe did you get from that?
Say it again.
From your pop-up reading, what did you get from that?
What did we get from that? Something
That
really
there's going to be
positive. Yeah.
an idea us out of nowhere, which is true.
True.
And we're going to have a pleasant surprise too. It sounded very encouraging.
Yeah.
So like,
Yes.
we're
Sounded like we are in the right path. It's quite encouraging. So I'm surprised. I love you, ladies. See you
Love
next time.
Okay.
Dude,
Tal says, I feel like I want to be more public, but maybe I have to keep it on the DL.
Huh. I don't know. I don't think, I mean, if you're ready to be more public, then why not? Because I think also kind of like being more public and vocal about it will help you manifest it and already like feeling the realness of it.
I also must say, like, I have a personal passion for like, when somebody expresses that they want to be more public, just like taking on their like social media accounts and just like doing it for them kind of thing. So I will add, like, you can have, if it's not really like in your habit to kind of like create content about yourself and like put yourself public, you can also get the help of somebody. Like, I don't know if Kasha's really into that, or like even a like professional outside person who can just like talk to you and help you create a more public thing. Because we basically did that like with Steve. Like, he also wanted to be like more public. He wanted things to start being shown, and like we just did a really simple Instagram, and then he's kind of like, would you agree you feel more public now?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So you don't always have to do it yourself. If you're having resistance, you can always, like, there are other people around. You're in a connected network to like help with stuff like that. So I feel like that's a nice instinct to like follow. Like, I have a desire to be a little bit more out there. Opening up seems to help. That sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you have any other?
Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you. I had a dream last night that you were working for Fox News, Julana. But it wasn't Fox. Like, it could have been any news station, had nothing to do with the politics of the place. The point was you were like very engaged in like a news station setting.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's a good
Was I taking someone down?
So cute. I think, wait, Tal, did you say that about your brother? I love hearing his voice.
What?
I think Tal said I love hearing his voice, and I think he's talking about his brother.
That's so sweet.
So sweet. So we have a minute and a half left, so let's pull a card for the group. So everyone get present, take a deep breath. So this is the vibe we're heading into.
Yes, let's pull a card of the week for next week to see what it is that we all focus on. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
1 minute.
Oof, oof, oof. That looks interesting. We have 10 of Wands, but it's reversed.
Oh my God, let's look at it. To me, it looks like picking up a mess.
Yeah, it looks
All
like
right.
she is It's like also it looks heavy.
Ooh, it looks like a burden.
Yeah, like a burden.
Uh-oh.
She's carrying a burden
But like a
almost.
beautiful burden.
Huh.
Definitely. Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, and she definitely can carry it, but like reversed is like probably even like a little harder, maybe, huh?
All right, let's see. 30 seconds.
Okay, hey, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Sorry. All right, so you're sorry. Extra responsibility is weighing you down. You're trying to do all the things, yet you're struggling under the weight of it all. Delegate and share the work around. You don't have to do everything yourself.
Oh, that's
10
really good.
seconds, you guys. Ask for